Technical issues. Yeah. Oh, okay, I think it's working now.
Great.
You don't want any creepy AIs in here, right?
No, no, no.
So just touching on that for a second, some of your episodes are about an AI. Are you in favor of AI in general, or do you have a problem with them? Or
I am not. I'm not a big fan of AI. I mean, there are some things that it does very, very well. I think it does art very badly. And the whole nature of art is creation and everything. And AI isn't really a creator; it is
no,
an aggregator.
right?
And so when someone talks about using AI for art, I get a little grumbly because I think it is standing on a lot of
Sure.
shoulders to do
Yeah.
that.
It's
And
derivative. I mean, it's literally the definition of derivative, right?
right. So if it's figuring out how to cure Parkinson's disease, I'm all for AI.
Yeah.
If it's trying to write a character-driven procedural, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought I wanted a smart house, but then we tried out an Alexa, and then there were all these stories about the company listening in on you and stuff. We said, nope, never mind. Too paranoid for that. But
It's an interesting time to be alive, isn't it?
it really is. And, I don't mind using Google, but I don't want it listening in on my conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, how did you come up with the idea for the show
For the
originally?
show? Well, it's funny. I spent most of my career in advertising,
Mhm.
and my ad agency did a lot of work for real estate companies, commercial and residential real estate companies. And I had just given a presentation to one residential brokerage, and I was having a drink afterwards at the bar with a couple of the agents, and one of them was talking about this new listing that he had that was just wonderful. I mean, beautiful place. And the homeowner was nervous about being able to sell it, and the real estate agent had told him, what are you worried about? This is a great house. It's in a great neighborhood. It's school district's terrific. Price point is right where it should be. Why are you worried about it? He goes, well, whoever buys the house also buys Sad Sally. And I was like, pardon me? He goes, who's Sad Sally? And he goes, Sad Sally is the name my daughter gave to the woman in the old-fashioned nightgown who sits at our kitchen table once a month and cries. Okay. And the real estate agent told me, okay, if you tell me you got a leaky roof, I know who to call for that. If you say you've got radon in the basement, I know who to call for that. Who do I call for this?
Yeah.
And that kind of, I tucked that away for a long
Yeah,
time,
that's
and
great.
it turned into this show.
Wow. Did the real estate agent ever come back and say, "Hey, you got that idea for your show for me"?
No,
Not so
no,
far. Okay.
I've never heard for him, and
No, I'm just kidding with you.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's great. And the title is awesome too. I mean, that's like genius.
Oh, thanks.
So when was season 2 shot, and how long did it take?
Season 2, we started photography almost exactly a year ago, a little more than a year ago, in late September of last year. And we had an amazingly short timetable.
Mhm.
We wrapped just before Christmas.
Wow.
And yeah, a lot of episodes in a very short amount of time. And I have to really give props to the cast and the crew who worked on the show. They worked so hard and did such an amazing job. That it's easy to get cynical about TV production
Mhm.
and film production and everything. And a lot of times you'll get a crew that is kind of going through the motions and everything. Not in St. John's. The crews in St. John's are so professional, so talented. And even when they're working the crazy hours that we worked, they really cared about what they were doing. And hopefully the show reflects that.
Yeah, I don't think it looks rushed at all. And how many episodes are there this season?
There are 10 episodes this season, just like season one.
Good.
And yeah.
And what were your goals with the show?
Well, I mean, overall or season two?
Season two.
Season two, my real goal, one of the real goals that I had for season two was to make it a little bit scarier. And that's something that as you say, I think part of why a lot of people, a lot of families watch our show together. And that's kind of cool because it is not the blood and guts kind of show. So it has it's not too much. However, there are core horror fans who like to have that little bit of, make it a little bit scarier. So that was a real goal that I had for this season. And it was also to kind of continue to tell the characters' stories beyond, we have our cases of the week and everything,
Right.
and those are always fun and always a focal point. But to have those personal stories kind of running in the background and reveal a little bit more about August. We didn't learn a lot about August in season one, and that was intentional because that's the kind of person he is. He's a very guarded kind of person about his life, and so peeling back a little more of that onion was fun. And it was largely also to make sure that there's a real danger in doing this kind of show in repeating yourself.
Right.
And we really did not want to, do the same thing over and over again. And hopefully we've managed to tell some different stories and have some different themes that we're talking about this year as opposed to season one.
Right.
And as you said, I think number one goal, we wanted to make it better than season one. And we loved season one.
Yeah,
so,
no, I think you did. I didn't think you could, but you did.
Oh, thanks.
And going back to what you said about finishing, so was it always the goal to bring the show in October for Halloween?
That is something that our wonderful people at Syfy were able to make happen. I've always thought that our first season ran in the summer, which is terrific and everything, and we're happy to just be there. But when they told us that they were moving it to scary season and having us team up with Chucky, we were like, oh yeah. And so our friends at Syfy made that happen, and we're of course very grateful to them.
Good. And would you know if any of that had anything to do with the strikes? Was it moved there so that they would, because there aren't a lot of scripted shows on?
We've completely finished all work on our show before the Writers Guild strike or the SAG-AFTRA strikes. So I really can't. I don't know what the motivations are. My hope is that they just wanted to make this scary season as rich and fun as they could. So
okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they cancel the show and then bring it back?
Yeah, the business things always, are always kind of going on and everything. And we're just, bringing a show back from the dead, it just seemed right for our show, thematically and everything. So we just couldn't be happier that that we made the business part of it work so that we could bring the show back to the people who enjoy it.
Okay, and I'm wondering, I looked Are the ratings I mean, are you happy with the ratings so far? There's all, I know.
I'm
there's
never
only
happy
one
with the
episode.
ratings. I'm never happy. They're never high enough.
Right.
So no, I mean it's hard because we're coming back after a long hiatus and everything. So we're really hoping that the our audience builds with some of the word of mouth and some of support from our friends like you who are spreading the word that we're doing something a little different.
I'll do my best.
I appreciate it.
And anything else you can tell us about what happens this season?
Well, let's see. There's Susan's situation in this house that she has kind of taken comfort in. There's Luke kind of struggling with one of the toughest parts about not having his ability to speak beyond the veil is he's lost that communication with his father.
Right.
And one of the things, that we established in season 1 is that he sees his deceased father and they have conversations, and that really grounds him. And he's lost that. And that becomes a real, more and more the conversations that he would have with his dad, he's got no other outlet for that. So that becomes tough. And that's something that he really is looking to resolve. He is, and we hinted in the first couple of episodes that Phil, our researcher, thinks he's tracked down Luke's mom. Mm-hmm. And that's a real, that is something his mother left when he was very, very young. And that's always been a part of Luke's unfinished business. And we'll see if he's able to finish that this season. And we're adding, we have a new agent joining us in episode 7 that I think our fans are going to just absolutely love. Yeah. And so there's lots coming up. So people need to watch Syfy at 10 o'clock Wednesday nights Eastern time.
Yeah, or they can watch it on Hulu the next day, right?
They can watch season 1 on Hulu.
Oh, season 1.
But I believe they have a moral obligation to watch Syfy at 10 p.m.
I agree, but if they don't have cable, I never actually should check on this. But if they don't have cable or satellite, can they still watch Syfy online?
I believe the episodes come up online. That's something. Isabel, can you?
Hi, let me double check the next day for syfy.com. I can get back to you, Suzanne.
Okay, yeah, sorry, it just occurred to me.
No, not at all.
Was not one of my prepared questions. Well, I thank you so much for talking to me, and I just want to ask you one quick thing off the recording here. Hold on. Thank you.